Welcome to Learning Series 3, When Do You Not Need a Strategy? I am sure you all would have enjoyed last week's episode on 3-box approach. I gave you a teaser to ask you what strategy you would think of when your future is merely a projection of the past, right? Frankly, I would have expected more responses from all of you. Let's take the teaser forward. Friends, from a perspective of strategic management, you don't need a strategy if your future is merely a reflection of past. All you need to do is to increase the quantities for raw materials, manpower or machinery, and your planning will end there. There are no market turbulences to worry, and focusing on operational improvements are at most what you will do. Markets are stable, growing organically, technologies and products are stable, and historical dynamics drive the organization. Strategy is not needed. Let's understand this in more detail. The process of business strategy formulation sets the general direction in which the firm's position shall grow and develop. A strategy formulation results in no immediate action. It is over a period of time. So one needs to develop strategic projects for the future through a search process. We saw last week that strategy development for the future deals with imperfect information, as no one can really predict the future. Since the manager does not know what the future market will, he or she has searched through and focus on areas defined by the firm's strategy and then filter out areas where one has scope to perform and succeed. That is the scope of strategy. To find alternates amongst options available with imperfect information. However, if your future is merely going to be a projection of the past, then you know very well what the future is going to be. So you don't need a strategy, because all you will have to do is to use past knowledge and make small changes to it to run the future. You will understand that your need to reflect on the outside environment is less, and you will need only an interface within your organization. You know well what is within your organization. The outside environment being stable also reduces the ignorance you may have on its dynamics, and hence the non-necessity for having a full-fledged strategy. Most management will focus mainly on administrative and operational decisions. I hope you now understand that if your company is merely projecting your past performance for the future without any other changes, there is no point in having a strategy. How many of your organization plan your future by adding a percentage to the past performance and call it a strategy? The critical question now is, then, when do we need to formulate a strategy? Well, before that I may take an episode or two to explain some basic types of rules that define a strategy before we delve into when do we need a strategy and more in depth about strategy formulation. I will be very glad if I can receive some responses to this question, which will help me understand if we are on the right track. Please do not hesitate to post your questions on the comments or write to me on askamelia@smartafrica.co. Have a great weekend and thanks for your attention. Friends.